The second day, October 5th, 1986. Genji tightened his bow tie and looked outside through a crack in the curtains. Maybe the rain had died down a tiny bit since the previous night, but the thick rain clouds didn't seem like they'd be letting any trace of the morning sun get by. The morning was dim and far from refreshing.
やはり今日いっぱいはやみそうにないか。
お待たせしました、源氏様。
Kennen finished checking his appearance and exited the washroom. On their normal schedule, it was a race for anyone to have to suffer going straight from a midnight shift to an early morning shift. They were on special schedule for the 2 days of the family conference. However, unless the typhoon passed today, the relatives' stay on the island would last until tomorrow. Kennen thought it best to be prepared for the special schedule to last an extra day. The two of them left the guest house, opening their umbrellas. The rose garden had been devastated by the wind and the rain on the previous night. Even though they'd spent several days making it beautiful to welcome the guests, one stormy night was enough to ruin it. Kennen sighed. The two headed for the mansion. They were supposed to meet up with Goda and prepare breakfast. Goda was such a perfectionist that he'd probably already woken up and was probably already preparing a breakfast as exquisite and elegant as glassware. They reached the overhang by the entrance to the mansion and folded up their umbrellas. Genji took a bundle of several keys from his pocket and unlocked the front door. The Uchiromiya family mansion was the only thing on Rokenjima, so in the past they hadn't been in the habit of locking up. However, Natsui had ordered the mansion be locked up from midnight to early morning. Ever since then, unlocking the door in the early morning had become part of the servants' morning shift. This task had been given to Genji and Kennen, so that Goda could start preparing breakfast as soon as he woke up. Silence had fallen in the mansion, giving the impression that the mansion itself was still asleep.
では、朝の仕事を始めよう。
はい。
The two of them split up and began opening the curtains throughout the mansion. If the curtains stayed closed, the mansion would remain enveloped in faint darkness, as though it was still trapped in the previous night. God, there's probably so many fucking windows. Following a well-rehearsed procedure, Kennen went around the mansion opening the curtains for one window after another, without having to retrace his steps once. Even with this horrible weather, drawing the curtains made it feel like it was just a little bit like morning. While doing that, he passed in front of the kitchen. Even though he hadn't smelled anything yet, his stomach started aching for some of Goda's prized cooking.
おはようございます。
Oh, Goda's fucking dead, isn't he? He tried to greet Goda, who should have been getting breakfast ready, but Goda was nowhere to be seen. The kitchen was darkly lit, and not only were the curtains not open, but the fan wasn't even running. It was still cold without any trace of a fire being lit, so of course there were no signs of breakfast being made either. Though it would have been inexcusable, perhaps Goda had overslept. Even servants are only human. They sometimes sleep in and show up late. In the rare case that such a thing happens, it's part of a servant's code to hide the unsightly scene before anyone notices, smoothly covering it up. And make sure the family never even realizes that anything has gone wrong. Kennen took the receiver of the phone that had been fitted to the wall and dialed the number for the extension line in the servant's sleeping room. He couldn't hear the characteristic sound of a dial tone. Fuck! Oh, nope! Fuck that shit. Kennen tried to pick up the receiver again, but even so, he couldn't hear the usual dial tone. He tried dialing again, but it had no apparent effect. Could the lightning last night have damaged some machine, breaking the extension line? The equipment in this mansion was all worn out. Kennen fully understand that even the smallest thing could have caused it to break down. He gave up trying to wake Goda with the phone and dashed over to the servant's sleeping room. Fuck. Is he dead? How long has it been since I stopped sleeping and started lazily staring up at the ceiling? Never mind. That vague sense of awakening was part of Natsui's usual morning experience. Fuck! Oh my god, you're not gonna show it until, like, everyone's fucking dead. Now Natsui's alive, that's surprising. She was always slept lightly, and she couldn't sleep at all without medicine. To Natsui, sleep was definitely not a happy thing. When she looked outside, she saw that it was still pouring. If she hadn't sensed a tiny amount of light, she might have mistakenly thought that it was still the previous night. She herself was one of the hosts, so she mustn't wake up later than her guest. Urging herself on, she raised up her body, which still hadn't completely recovered from yesterday's weariness. That's a nice room. No one would torment her as long as she remained inside this room. And her headache wouldn't get any worse here. This room was the only place she could find peace. So when she left, it meant returning to the world where her husband's siblings kept trying to stab each other in the back. In that case, wouldn't it be better just to stay locked up in this room forever? That ridiculous notion brought a bitter smile to Natsui's face. She was starting to sound like Kinzo. Though she often complained about Kinzo staying locked up in his own room and refusing to attend to everyone else, the truth was that she longed to do the same. I think everyone deep down would love that kind of thing. Natsui gave her head a small shake, and her fantasy was replaced by the awakening of her usual headache. When she reached for the doorknob, trying to leave the room, her hand touched the scorpion charm that she had hung from it, before going to sleep the previous night. Was it Maria's charm which Natsui had received from Jessica? It was from Maria's charm. Didn't Jessica say something about it having the power to repel magic, telling her to hang it from the doorknob? Maybe it was thanks to the charm that at least this room had been protected from the malice of her husband's siblings. As she thought this, her mood began to get a little more cheerful. Oh, that's nice. Then Natsui remembered. That's right, last night I promised Jessica that I'd give her a charm of my own in exchange for this one, didn't I? Natsui opened a drawer of her dresser and took out an antique accessory case that she had treasured when she was a child. Inside there were many small objects that Natsui had thought were valuable at the time. From amidst those she pulled out a red pouch. Inside was a small round mirror about 10 centimeters across. It looked quite old, but the design on the back of the mirror was very ornate, and it felt like something with historical value. At the very least, it seemed much more authentic than the other charm, which looked like a plastic scorpion keychain. She had heard that this was a spiritual mirror for warding off evil spirits, and she had been given it especially by her grandmother, when her grandfather's mementos had been disrupted. It had been believed since long ago that a strange power resided in this mirror. Perhaps people thought it would reflect calamity and malice in the same way it reflected light. Natsui returned the mirror to its pouch. It would probably be a fitting object to hand over to Jessica. Just as she placed it in her pocket, the sound of someone knocking on the door suddenly echoed throughout the room.
Hi.
Hey, Genji.
早朝から申し訳ございません。
今行きます。何事ですか?
No servant had ever come to her this early in the morning, nor had they come to wake her in person. Perhaps something bad had happened. Maybe some fatal oversight had been made while preparing breakfast, something that would shame the household in front of their guests. Natsui took a deep breath in anticipation for whatever trouble she was about to hear. When she opened the door, Genji once again gave a morning greeting while bowing deeply. Natsui tentatively responded.
おはようございます。何かありましたか?
申し訳ございません。昨夜の落雷で電話機器に故障が出たようです。内線電話が不通になっておりますもので、直接のお伺いになってしまったことをお許しください。
内線電話が不通? それは面倒になりましたね。修理は可能ですか?
Maybe.
残念ながら故障箇所がわかりません。
Yeah, that's true.
後で業者を呼んで修理させたいと思います。
ということは、この台風が過ぎるまでは修理不能ということですか?
Fucking course.
つまり、客人たちの滞在中はずっと普通ということですね。客人たちのお世話に支障は
出ないよう最善を尽くします。
結構です。粗相のないようよろしく頼みます。
Natsui let out a small sigh of relief. She'd been prepared for the worst. But damage to the telephones wasn't the kind of trouble she was worried about. Then again, even this would probably be enough to spark sarcasm from Ava. Natsui gave her head a light shake.
朝食の準備は順調ですか？
それがゴーダの姿が見えません。朝食の支度もまだ行われておらず。
Goody.
なんですって？
Natsui was indignant. To her, this was a much bigger problem than the phones not working. And despite that, this piece of information was the part that had been postponed. Why did everything go well most of the time, and then come to something like this when the relatives were visiting? Natsui put her hand to her forehead and shook her head.
大方朝寝坊でもしているのでしょう。とにかく誰でもいいから急いで朝食の準備を。
Fuck it. Whoever is able to make breakfast, make it. Natsui exited the hall and turned around for a second to close the door to her room. The creepy thing she saw there silenced her completely. It was an unpleasant sight, as though someone had dipped their fingers in a reddish-black liquid and scratched at the door around the doorknob. Oh, fuck no, fuck that shit. Nope. I'm going back in there and closing and locking this goddamn door. Fuck off. It was probably some sort of awful prank. Nope. Arranged by some person who wanted to make it look as though they tried to force the door with bloody hands. Fuck that shit.
これは何のいたずらですか？
Nope.
悪趣味な。
私も今ここにお伺いして初めて気づきました。後ほど清掃いたします。
趣味の悪い客人の冗談でしょう。
Yeah, probably Ava. God, no, fuck that shit. No, I'm going back in
不
there.
愉快です。実に不愉快です。
Who in the world would pull such a childish, disgusting prank? Natsui had a pretty good idea, but of course there was no proof. So even if she pushed the issue, it would just seem as though she was making a fuss about nothing. In fact, it would seem better to act as though she hadn't even realized that such a prank had been played on her. Natsui gave the order to have it cleaned and headed off to the parlor with a squeaky of her heels. When Natsui and Genji arrived in the parlor, Ava and Hideyoshi were already there.
おはようございます、皆さん。
おはよう、夏日さん。朝食も合田さんが作るっちゅう話やないか。朝から胃袋が大喜びで騒ぎっぱなしなんや。
You're getting toast. Because Goda's fucking dead.
本家の楽しみは食事くらいがせいぜいですものね。
Oh my god, fuck off.
エヴァさんも朝からご機嫌がよろしいようで何よりです。
Fuck off. With a weary expression, Natsui returned Eva's glaze, which was fiercely competitive despite the early hour. Then Cannon jogged in. After bowing an apology to the relatives for running inside the mansion, he noticed Genji and told him something in a small voice.
カノン、
We got a fucking problem.
ゴーダはまだ見つからないのですか？
申し訳ございません、奥様。お屋敷内もゲストハウスも回ったのですが、まだ。
Fuck that.
一体どこへ行ったというのです。とりあえず今はゴーダより朝食の準備が先決です。至急対応しなさい。
Thank you.
はい。
Kennen glanced at Genji. It seemed he had something else to report, but was uncertain whether or not the word should come from him. Genji nodded and decided to give the report himself.
奥様、ゴーダだけではありません。旦那様の姿もありません。
Yeah, fuck him though. Fuck him though.
主人が？
That's fine. I would laugh if she said, and? The fuck do I care about?
はい。奥様より先に旦那様に朝食の準備がないことをご報告しようと思い、それから旦那様だけではありません。
Oh my god.
ルドルフ様ご夫妻とローザ様のお姿もありません。
No! Oh my god. God damn it. Ava, you fucking bitch. Oh, it wasn't me. Fuck yeah. Get the hell out of here.
ゲストハウスにも屋敷にもですか？
Well, fucking Rosa's dead. That's depressing.
はい、ゲストハウスの部屋にもおられません。
When she'd heard that Goto alone was missing, she'd assumed that he slept in or was loafing around somewhere. However, now that she'd learned that several of the relatives were also nowhere to be seen, she began to take a slightly more optimistic view. Could last night's family conference have continued all night, up until the present moment? If so, they might have wanted to cool their heads after being shut in a stuffy room, going out for walks on their own through the rain. The part about cooling their heads really sounded like something Kraus would say. Goto had probably been summoned to accompany them and aid them in some way. Goto was not a man who lost track of time. He had to understand that preparations for breakfast would be hindered if he did not return. However, maybe the family conference had continued until this very moment, with an atmosphere that would make it hard for anyone to slip out. Yes, that theory would be quite convincing for Natsui. She remembered the illusion she'd felt that morning, as though the previous night had never ended. When she learned that the feeling wasn't just an illusion, she once again took a deep, weary breath. After all, that bank with the filthy vulture circling Kinzo's property was still going on.
大方、庭園のどこか、あるいは海岸の方で相も変わらず遺産の話を繰り返しているのでしょう。とにかくゴーダを呼び戻さなくてはいつまでも朝食の準備が整いません。
ってことはなんや、兄さんたちの話し合いはまだ続いとるのか。
She had planned to say it in a small voice, but Hideyoshi overheard Natsui and managed to grasp the situation.
兄さんもルドルフもタフね。ローザの場合は若さかしら。私たち夕べの24時過ぎにはもう眠くてベッドに戻らせてもらったんだけど、確かにあの時点でもまだ兄さんたちは熱論を交わしてたわ。男って熱くなると嫌ね。
Oh god, she fucking killed them, didn't she? Natsui snorted, her face still blank.
カノン、表を探してらっしゃい。ゴーダを見つけたらすぐに戻って朝食の準備をするよう伝えなさい。
If you find Goto, yell the shit out of him and tell him, get the fuck back in the house.
かしこまりました。
夏日姉さん、表とは限らないわよ。
What?
お
Shut the fuck
父
up.
様の書斎ってことはないかしら。
Why the fuck would they be in there?
なるほど、考えられん話やないで。どういう話の流れかはわからんが、お父さんの主催に場所を移してお父さんにも混じってもらって議論を続けてるっちゅう可能性は十分あるやろ。
そのような汚らわしい話題を好んでお父様が書斎へ招き入れることなど考えられ
No
ません。
shit.
あらそう。じゃあ仕方ないわね。源氏さんとカノン君は申し訳ないけど外を探してきてちょうだい。確かに兄さんなら頭を冷やすために外を散歩しようなんて言い出しても不思議はないわ。たとえこんな天気でもね。私はお父様の書斎に行ってくるわ。ひょっとするとそこにいるかもしれないしね。
I don't like the tone she's taking. She knows something.
客人であるエヴァさんにそこまでのご足労はおかけできません。私が行ってきます。朝のご挨拶も兼ねて。
あら、じゃあお願いするわね。でも朝の挨拶を交わしてくれるかは疑わしいわね。
Yeah, and you'll return yours. Fuck off.
夏日姉さんってお父様とは仲よろしかったかしら。
Oh my god.
仲が良いかは分かりかねますが、後宮家の跡継ぎの妻を許されるだけの信頼を得ていると確信しています。
ならきっと返事くらいはしてくれるわね。
God, I fucking hate her.
お父様とは朝食くらいご一緒したいの。ぜひ降りてきてくださるよう説得してくれないかしら。私たちはすっかり嫌われちゃってるみたいだけど、そこまで信頼を得ている夏日姉さんの言うことなら聞いてくれそうですもの。
Oh my god. Fuck off.
そこまで短歌を切ってお父様を説得できず一人で降りてきちゃったりしたら。 信頼を得ているなんて二度と言えないかもね。
Wow. Wow, that fucking cunt.
自信はありませんが努力はします。
Natsui responded, looking discouraged. However, knowing Kenzo's temperament, she had absolutely no confidence in her ability to bring him out. Ava was clearly mocking her, confident that Natsui wouldn't be able to get Kenzo to come down. But even so, Natsui would lose face if she gave up, saying it was impossible and letting Eva go instead. Ava's mean-spirited and unreasonable demand made Natsui clench her fist slightly. God, just beat the shit out of her. When Genji realized this, he softly spoke to her over her shoulder.
奥様、よろしければこれをお持ちください。
それは
Genji handed Natsui a sparkling gold key of ornate design. It was the key to Kenzo's study. The study had an auto lock and couldn't be unlocked as long as Kenzo forbade entrance. However, since Genji was especially trusted by Kenzo, he was allowed to carry a key to that door.
でもこの鍵を使ったらあなたも咎めを受けるのではありませんか。
親方様は深くお休みになられている時、扉、それに親方様にお部屋を出ていただくよう説得するには
True.
扉越しでは難しゅうございましょう。
源氏
Thanks, man. Until now, Natsui had thought of Genji as a cold servant who wouldn't do anything for her unless he worked directly under Kenzo. But it looked like she would have to alter her understanding of him. She wanted to communicate her gratitude, but by then, Genji had already turned his back on her and was walking down the corridor with Cannon. But as Natsui watched him go, the words directed at her from behind were sneering.
じゃあお父様を必ず連れてきてね。
Fuck off, Ava.
息子のかわいい嫁の言うことですもの。きっと聞いてくれるわよ。
God, I want to kill her.
私たちは客人だからここでのんびりくつろがせてもらうわ。
予算かえば口が過ぎるで。
No fucking shit.
すまんが夏日姉さん、お父さんのことをよろしく頼むわ。
Without answering, Natsui forcefully spun around on her heels and quickly left the place. After all the excitement the previous night, there was no way anyone was going to wake up early. George, Jessica, and I were snoring loudly on the beds in the cousin's room. But Maria, who'd gone straight to bed without joining in, was completely awake. How the fuck did I get here? As she rubbed her sleepy eyes and looked around, she was met with the loud snoring of the other 3 cousins. For a while, Maria had to think about what had happened. After that, she realized that her mother wasn't with her and she quickly got lonely. Aww. Maria left the cousin's room, trying to head to the room that had been arranged for her and her mother. Paying no heed to the 3 others who were sleeping soundly, she slammed the door shut. Thanks, Maria. In response, Battler mumbled and rolled over in his sleep, but it wasn't enough to wake him up. After a while, Maria returned once again, opening the door with a lively bang. When she had left the room, her face had been sleepy, but now she was back. She looked irritated. After that, she climbed up on Battler's chest, which happened to be the closest, and started yelling and jumping on it like it was a trampoline. Oh my god, get the fuck off me. After making sure I was asleep, Maria jumped over to Anaki's bed and started jumping on that too. In that manner, the 3 of us were all greeted with an extremely pleasant awakening.
ありがとうマリアちゃん。
Good God,
起
I
こ
would
してくれたんだね。
throw her out the
僕たち
window.
は夕べが遅かったから寝坊しちゃったのを起こしてくれたんだね。でももう少しだけ起こし方を優しくしてくれると完璧だったかな。
No shit.
ジョージ兄さんは本当に大人だよ。尊敬するぜ。
もうすぐ7時なんだな。まあ確かにもう起きてもいい頃だぜ。
ローザおばさんが部屋にいなかったの？もう起きてお屋敷の方に行っちゃったのかな。
Aunt Rosa, please take care of your fucking child. Oh god, that's so sad. Maria crept groaning ooh and looking unhappy. She didn't exactly seem lonely because her mother wasn't around. It was more like she was irritated and thrown off balance because her mother wasn't where she'd expected. If she could just tell her where, if we could just tell her where her mother was, that alone would probably calm her down. But unfortunately, we had no way of knowing where Rosa was, except that she wasn't here.
どうせ朝食に行くことになるんだし、屋敷の方に行こうぜ。
そうだな。マリア、一緒に屋敷へ行こうぜ。きっとローザおばさんもそこさ。
お、ママはお屋敷なら行く。
そうだね。お屋敷に行こうか。多分親たちはもう向こうに行ってるんだよ。
Maria regained her usual composure so completely, her earlier tantrum now seemed like a lie. We got dressed, left the room, and headed for the mansion. Once more there was a knocking sound on the study door, but there was no answer. He seemed to be sleeping still, and I could not wake him. If she went back downstairs and said something like that, Ava would probably be amused and triumphant. Fuck. And even putting Ava aside, it was problematic that Kento would stay shut away during this entire once-a-year conference, not even coming down to greet anyone. Even the family head, no, especially the family head, couldn't fail to make an appearance. I wonder if I can convince him myself. Natsui readied herself and used the key that she'd borrowed from Genji to open the door. He's gonna be dead, isn't he? Even though she was prepared for the sweet stench, which seemed to eat into one's brain as it poured out the small crack of the door, she couldn't help but grimace. Thinking that he might still be asleep, Natsui entered the room quietly. When she did, Kento was already awake and looking down out the window.
お目覚めでしたか。おはようございます。
どうやって入ったのか。
It was unlocked. Shut up, not important. Kento spoke with his back still facing her. His voice was not harsh but calm, and Natsui was slightly reassured. However, though he was awake, he wouldn't have ignored all that knocking if he was in a good mood. Natsui wasn't able to relax.
申し訳ございませんでした。源氏さんにお願いして書斎の鍵をお借りさせていただきました。
ほう、元気がか。我が友がそれに足ると思ったならば話を聞かぬわけにもいくまい。
Thank God.
して私に何言おうか。
はい。もうじき朝食の準備が整いますが、ぜひお父様にもおいでいただきたく思いまして。
I would have brought up the fact that I have no idea where any of these people are, and I'm pretty sure they're dead.
朝食はここでとる。
Okay, thanks for that.
いつものように運ばせるがいい。
Okay, if you insist.
しかしお父様、年に一度の親族会議です。せめてお顔をお見せになってください。
下に降りて私の死後遺産をどのように食いちぎるのかを決める議論に加われというのか。バカらしい。そのような話は私を抜きで好きに進めるがいい。そしてそれが親族会議だというなら私がこの部屋を出るほどの価値はない。私は忙しいのだ。構うでない。
That's fair. He has a good point there. His last words carried the threat that any further questions would not be appreciated. Natsui realized that adding any further pleas would finally bring his wrath upon her. She didn't look forward to facing Ava's sarcasm, but there was nothing more Natsui could do.
そうですか。わかりました。みんな残念がるでしょうが、そう伝えます。
Natsui decided to give up. Bowing silently, she tried to leave the room before Kinzo's spasmodic temper could flare up. As she did, Kinzo spoke to her. His voice was so calm and gentle, it felt like it came from an entirely different person.
夏日、後ろ宮の家に嫁ぎ、もう随分になるな。
はい。後宮を名乗ることを許されてから、もう随分になります。
前の家が恋しくなることもあるか。
いいえ。嫁ぐとは、成果を捨てることです。
Damn.
私は後宮夏日。帰る家も、懐かしむ家も、すべてはこの後宮の家のみです。
She truly wasn't exaggerating. Such was the resolve she felt whenever she applied the Ushiromiya family name to herself. That's precisely why she was so saddened when her husband didn't treat her like a Ushiromiya, leaving her to race about in vain.
クラウスが女で、お前がその夫であったなら、いや、それは言うまい。
It would probably be better. You'd be a better fucking suited person than he is, probably, is what he was about to say.
それはお父様。
Natsui was shocked. If Kinzo's words just now what they seemed, it would have been more than enough to make up for all she suffered up to that point. Aww.
忘れよ。年寄りのざれ言だ。
Kinzo once again faced away from her. He told her to forget it, but Natsui couldn't help but feeling a warmth in her heart. Aww. God, that's so nice, actually.
お父様、この夏日は血はつながらずともお父様の娘です。後宮家の名誉も栄光も、そしてお父様が残されたものもすべてこの夏日が必ずや守ってみせますから。
お前に片翼のわしをまとう資格はない。しかしお前の心には確かに片翼のわしが刻まれている。ならばお前は間違いなく我が血族で後宮家の栄光を引き継ぐものだ。お前の衣服にわしがないことを嘲笑う者もいよう。しかしそれに耳を貸すことはない。
Aw, that's actually... God, this is so nice.
心にわしを持つ者だけが真の私の血族なのだ。お前を後宮家に迎えられたことを今は光栄に思っている。
Aw, that's really nice. Without saying anything more, Kinzo remained with his back to Natsui. However, Natsui couldn't help but feel something warm well up inside her that she hadn't felt since long ago, when she had been just a child. Natsui bowed silently to his back and left the room.
あら、ちょうどいいタイミングだったわね。お父様の様子はどう？あんまり遅いから様子を見に来ちゃったのよ。
When Natsui left the study, she saw Ava climbing the stairs and their eyes met. Ava was smirking unpleasantly, thinking that Natsui would leave drudgingly after failing to convince Kinzo. However, the way Natsui was now, such a frivolous laugh would not disturb her. She was not permitted to wear the family crest on her clothing, but she was permitted to wear it in her heart. So she spoke calmly, clearly, and confidently, with the dignity of one who would protect the Shiromiya family's glory.
お父様は親族会議にはおいでにならないそうです。汚らわしい議題に関心はないと仰せです。
Damn. Get the fuck out of here, Ava.
とかなんとか言っちゃって。お父様を説得できなかったんなら素直にそう言えばいいじゃない。
哀れですね。お父様が嘆かれるお気持ちも分かろうというものです。
Damn. Oh, shit.
それはどういう意味よ。
Ha ha, get the fuck out of here. Natsui did not answer. Just as Kinzo had done earlier, she showed Ava her back as she headed down the stairs. Damn! Yes! That's amazing. Ava finally realized that she was being made fun of, that something had happened to quickly bolster Natsui's confidence. Even so, she apparently didn't have the courage to risk Kinzo's wrath. Unable to even knock on the door, she would only click her tongue and make a motion as though scratching at it, and followed after Natsui. Ha ha! Get the fuck out of here!